How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having an excellent day. Today we're taking a look at how you can get over 36,000 capital peak points from attacking a variety of bases in the Raid Weekend event. So let's jump right in and take a look at which bases we are hitting. First on the list is a Builder's Workshop basic layout. One of my personal favorite bases to attack. Second only to the basic layout of the Skeleton Park. So here we are going in with the usual 2 graveyard spells on the blast bow, 1 graveyard spell kind of behind the giant cannon, and then we're clearing out this left hand pocket, being sure to delay some of the super wizards because a lot of times whichever ones you deploy right off the bat, those ones will end up dying to a variety of things. There's a lot of damage in that first compartment. Now we're dropping in 1 hog to take out the cannon, and then to eventually help out with the ground skeletons. And then we're saving a couple of troops to try and get a better angle on this giant cannon, trying to distract with some of the rams so they don't hit all of our giants and all of the super wizards at once. And then ideally, if the attack went pretty well, you should have some troops left over to clear some of these trash buildings. A lot of times all of your troops will end up dying to this giant cannon. You can sometimes save a couple troops for the back end. Sometimes you can take it out, but very, very rarely. Next up, we're taking a look at a Balloon Lagoon cleanup. Balloon Lagoons are great to clean up, especially if they're worth around like 6,000, 6,500 points. Once they start reaching around 7,000 points still available, that's a lot of base still left to clean up. So I'd recommend not trying to hit those if you're going for points. But always, if bases have around 6,000 points available, that's usually enough of the base destroyed and enough of the base remaining to take it out on that final hit and pick up all of those points. So we just made sure to take out those rocket artilleries, place the rest of the graveyard spells where our troops are going to be going, sort of along the path of travel. And then there's just the last portion of the base left. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just cleaning up a base and getting 6,200 points plus 138. Next up is a Golem Quarry. First hit. I do like to hit the basic layout of the Golem Quarries. There's a pretty decent strategy, which is this one right now. Of course, you can try and go for the one-shot strategy, but it is very, very tricky for the Golem Quarry. So we're using a skeleton barrel, what are those called, raid carts, and then 1 hog rider, sometimes 2 for this multi-cannon and the spear thrower. And that clears out the whole right hand side. A bunch of the barbarians and some rams to open up the walls. And then the goal is to try and send the P.E.K.K.A.s, or at least 1 P.E.K.K.A, into the center and clear out this whole center portion of the base. Now the second P.E.K.K.A you can sort of use wherever. If the first P.E.K.K.A goes off on its own on a random direction, I definitely recommend using the second P.E.K.K.A to go into the middle of the base where this one is currently. But if you have one in there already, putting one on the right hand side to try and protect the raid cart is also a good idea. You can also sometimes send the other P.E.K.K.A up top if this rock artillery didn't go down. Or you can put the other P.E.K.K.A down on the left hand side of the base. Usually the barbarians do pretty well about taking this side out. Not sure why they didn't take out more of the base down there, but it kind of works out where we have 1 P.E.K.K.A go and destroys the rocket artillery. I think the rocket artilleries are worth about 400 or 500 points depending on their level. So lucky for us, we do have the couple hogs remaining and the P.E.K.K.A to clean up that bottom portion of the base. Then the P.E.K.K.A hit an explosion, grabs us 2 more buildings for 6,500 points in 1 attack, which is very, very nice. Now we're going to be taking a look at Let's see here. A skeleton park. First hit. Yes, first hit. So this one is a little bit different. So it's not the pure basic layout of the skeleton park, but we're still going to be using the same strategy that we would on the basic layout to see how well it works. One of the big differences is they've moved this giant cannon from this top portion into the middle of the base. Then they've moved the minion hut that usually sits over on this left-hand side up to the top. So we don't get as much value from the minions, but still wanted to bring the same army composition and see how it works. I believe they also moved a multi-cannon up to the core, because usually the first P.E.K.K.A. still survives in the core. So with that one getting taken out, it is unfortunate. So we'll have to adapt and hope that the Hog Riders can help clean up. Fortunately, we do have some ground skeletons that are able to help finish off the base. But usually we get somewhere around close to 6,000, sometimes 7,000, depending on the skeleton park, so a little bit less. So it probably won't hit the different versions of the skeleton park for points very often in the future. Here we're going for a Barbarian camp cleanup. Love cleaning up the Barbarian camp with balloons. And we're distracting the air bombs with one pack of minions, then sending in a couple packs of balloons. Fortunately, we were late with the balloons, and so the air bomb still gets off a hit and almost kills all of those balloons. So we do lose out on a good portion of bonus troops. But besides that air bombs, there's no other splash defenses that can target air in the base. So it's just a matter of trying to clean up these back-end rapid rockets and air defenses. I believe the last air defense is down here. One more pack of balloons takes it out. And that is a wrap. Depending on how well you do on the first attack on the Barbarian camp, the second hit can be very, very easy and be worth a lot of points. And last but not least, we are looking at another Balloon Lagoon cleanup. This one, there's only 0 rocket artilleries left. It's kind of crazy. So it's really just the Inferno towers and then the other bomb towers that are real threats. So whenever you're doing a Balloon Lagoon hit, or really any other base for that matter, if you're using the graveyard ground spam strategy, it is recommended to kind of create 2 packs of troops, maybe 4 giants, 4 super wizards per pack, and send them at the same angle but just different areas. That way if there are a bunch of giant bombs or rocket artilleries or any kind of other splash damage, then at least some of the super wizards will survive since they're coming in at different angles. But yeah, these are all the bases I hit this weekend to get over 36,000 points. I think that would make each base worth roughly 6,000 points. It's a good one to take a look at. And we're still absolutely smashing these bases. Still very, very weak. I don't know when the bases will start to get harder. It still seems like a lot of clans are focusing on upgrading offense over defense. So potentially, in a little bit, we'll be able to bring some of the maxed out content for you guys. We even get bonus 100 points. Excellent. So make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. And there'll be a couple more videos on the screen if you want to keep on watching. Until next time, take care.